Phronesis is commonly translated as practical wisdom or prudence. Just for clarity, Merriam-Webster's online dictionary defines prudence as careful good judgment that allows someone to avoid danger or risks. This includes the ability to govern and discipline oneself by the use of reason, sagacity or shrewdness in the management of affairs, and skill and good judgment in the use of resources.
Aristotle first discussed the idea of phronesis as a less abstract way to become more virtuous.
Socrates and his student Plato
believed that man's purpose in life was to seek Sophia, or wisdom, and that achieving Sophia gave a man a general understanding of the nature of virtue. In this sense, once a man reached an understanding of each of the virtues, he would naturally live them.
For example, if a man understood the true nature of justice, he would naturally be just. As we've seen in other lessons, Plato's student, Aristotle, doesn't quite agree with his teacher.
Aristotle believed this abstract thinking was necessary, but not enough on its own to lead someone to a virtuous life. Man needed something concrete to balance the intangible, ethereal foundation of Sophia. In comes Aristotle's answer to the problem, phronesis, or practical wisdom.
According to Aristotle, practical wisdom requires the following: knowing the aim or purpose of a role or objective, situational perception, Sophia, the ability to learn from experiences, deliberative skills, and action. So Sophia is to book smarts, as phronesis is to street smarts. You have the information, but can you apply it correctly?
Without phronesis, you have no way to correctly apply your Sophia. According to Aristotle, without proper application of practical wisdom, no other virtues were possible.
And for Aristotle, being virtuous meant finding a golden mean between the two extremes of each virtue.
But the golden mean may not always fall right in the middle. Depending on the circumstance, the golden mean may be closer to one end of the spectrum than the other. Thus, the challenge for man seeking virtue is to calculate the proper path in a certain situation, and this requires practical wisdom. Why are you late? You know you're supposed to be home 30 minutes ago.
I was just at a party and lost track of time.
Why are you late? You know you're supposed to be home 30 minutes ago.
Sorry, Mom. I was just at a study group and lost track of time.
As our society has developed, the opportunity to practice practical wisdom has floundered and has been replaced with a reliance on rules, regulations, and other things to achieve our goals. The blind following of these inflexible rules eliminates the importance of context in our decision-making process.
The use of phronesis in these situations could have kept a kindergartner in school. But don't worry, this is why the judicial branch of the government exists. This means no more selfies at funerals and no more breaking up with someone over Facebook.
Practical wisdom will always be relevant, whether it's being debated by ancient rhetoricians or easily ignored by 21st century teenagers behind a computer screen. When you are removed from the actual situation, it's difficult to apply the steps used in practical wisdom to make an informed, appropriate decision. So here's looking forward to the comeback of phronesis.